Yes. Any specifics you're planning on asking, Mike or Bennett?
No, we're just
we're
gonna go in. We're gonna go into the background a little bit. We're gonna go into. I'll just kick the intro. What I'd like to do is talk to Justin a little bit here about background, and then how Micah fits into this. So we'll congratulate you guys on that coming together.
Yeah, I want to emphasize heavy on Hobby Lobby coming in June. Like I mentioned it at least, 5 or 6 times.
Absolutely. Do you guys have a giveaway link? By that I just mean, do you have a link to where, a landing page?
Yeah, we've got our Instagram, which was hacked today. That was awkward. And then we have our website.
Okay.
So we'll be good on that.
And Facebook.
Yeah, we have Facebook, but we never post.
Dirty Facebook. Dirty Facebook.
I hate Facebook.
So what is everyone drinking?
Well, I'm actually out, but rum is always good. It's hard to go wrong.
I have vodka and water.
You gotta watch that weight. You fucking.
I know. I'm on the gain train. You gotta keep those healthy calories.
Shit. Homosexual.
Yeah, whatever.
That's cute. All right, let's kick this big. You ready?
Let's roll.
With the fucking background noise over here.
It's called ice. It's called ice.
Yeah, that's ice. Come on.
Is that like you with one of those fucking hotel buckets or some shit? Tell me you stole a hotel bucket.
No, it's called the fridge. It's called the freezer. He was just in it. I heard him take it out. Now he's unscrewing the bottle cap. I can hear it.
The play-by-play coming in strong.
You know why? Because I just did it all. That's why I know. Because I just it's recreating what I just did.
It sounds so good, doesn't it? Though.
Premium.
Ready?
See, I'm drinking now.
Thunder's down 5 points.
Tell them what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a premium small batch bourbon.
Oh well, that's all high class, fancy and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
It is. It's a Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey, 7 years aged. Very nice. From Kirkland. Do you guys know what that is? That's Costco brand.
Oh.
I don't fuck around. I drink Costco brand liquor. And that shit's the bomb.
Man, that is bold.
Costco, the pop-off of liquor sales.
It's
a
good.
whole store full of pop-off.
It's fantastic. It's basically like a bottle of like Woodford Reserve that instead of paying like $60 for, I paid $30 for.
Okay.
Gosh.
Shut your mouth, Penney.
All right, ready for this?
All right.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm good.
Time now. On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories. Bam! I'm going to stretch. On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Mike and Bennett sit down with the founders of Crow's Warrior Salve, Mr. Justin Cayless and Micah Carlton, 2 fellow Marines, 2 devil dogs, 2 full Hundons, fellow Bella Woodsmen, and they came together as O3s out of the infantry community for all the POGs, and they have created this kick-ass product, which is like the manly alternative to hand moisturizing. I use lotion on other body parts, not on my hands. So I dig this product especially. But Crow's Warrior Salve is a fantastic product. We're going to get into it overall here. And I'm just stoked to have nothing but grunts on the podcast at this moment in time to talk about slaying bodies and how they also slay sales downrange, because I'm pretty sure these gents just cleared a sale with Hobby Lobby. That's all 50 states, by the way, people. Give it up.
What's going on, fellas?
Welcome to Cigars and Sea Stories, homie. Yeah. Micah, give it to us. What's going on in your neck of the woods, homie?
Oh, man. So we just got done finalizing all the sales and shipping of our first big retailer, which is Hobby Lobby.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's fucking huge for us. So
really,
we will be in 700 stores across 50 states come June.
Cool.
The first 2 weeks of June, you should be able to go to your local Hobby Lobby or have your wife or girlfriend or whoever go and pick up a can of Crow's Warrior Salve.
Every day but Sunday, gentlemen. Every day but Sunday.
Every day but Sunday.
That's a true shopper right there.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
Bennett knows.
So
You got females in the family. You know what Hobby Lobby is.
Yeah, I got a couple in the family, so
Let's hope.
yeah.
So I've got a can here because I'm doing it for your effect, and it's basically like a soap shaving can, for lack of a better way to put it. But I got a little bit of advance here. I love this stuff, by the way, and it smells minty, and it's waxy, and you can tell that there's all natural ingredients. And basically, it protects your hands from doing man shit, like swinging axes and shooting guns and stuff like that. So, but it came from Native American recipe or Crow Indian recipe. So tell us about this backstory on the product and how this actual idea turned into a company.
Well, like you said, it comes from a old Crow Indian recipe. Actually handed down from my great grandmother. Little backstory on it. Whenever, growing up, obviously it was our go-to, kind of like some people, their families have Windex or Vicks or whatever, odd.
Was that a My Big Fat Greek Wedding reference?
Yeah.
Yes.
Put some Windex.
Yes, I've suffered through that before. All right.
I'm not sure that Windex is all that odd, but carry on.
But regardless, that was our kind of our family go-to, and it dates back my great grandmother being a Crow Indian roots and a nurse and everything else. It was her go-to. Anytime we had cuts, scrapes, burns, bruises, hurt feelings, it was throw some salve on it. So long story short, I used to carry it with me in the Marine Corps as kind of a first aid ointment. Held up a lot better than Neosporin or anything else, being a waxier base, better consistency. So it's all natural, made beeswax, coconut oil, a few other good, secret things there. But the minty smell, that's the spearmint in it. And long story short, we use it in the Marine Corps. Several of my, especially security force buddies, knew what it was and knew that I had it and used to try to bum it off of me, kind of like tobacco products.
They were pissed when they were like, we can't jerk off with this, weren't they?
It hurts so bad.
It might burn a little bit.
Listen, all you got to do is just put it on 30 minutes prior to any other action with another female, whoever, and it is prime time.
If you apply a thick coating, a good base, and then just,
Listen, it's the bottom
it's
line. It's edible. That's all you need to know.
Really?
It's
completely
I'm going to take some
organic.
of this back off my dick then.
Yeah.
temperature controlled. That's all you need to know. Anything above 76, you're golden.
Right. Shit.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby's going to love us talking about that. Fantastic.
Get the fuck out of here.
You just lost.
I don't know if you realize
All
this
right,
Cigars
guys,
and
it's
Sea
over. We
Stories
lost
doesn't
our
have
product.
a thick Hobby Lobby market.
That was fun while it lasted, though.
Yep.
Good game.
Hey, move on to the next retailer.
5 minutes on a podcast. We already lost our.
You're gonna be totally fine.
No. Hey, they love veterans, and this is the way veterans talk. So
Yeah, no, it really is a big deal for us to be in Hobby Lobby, and we are going to be the first veteran-owned company to be in Hobby Lobby with an all-natural veteran-owned product, because they don't normally do this kind of stuff. They normally, have the crafts and cloths and all that other stuff. Having an ointment and a skin moisturizer is unheard of for Hobby Lobby. So they're kind of taking a leap on us. So we need to make sure that all of our friends and all the listeners, you go out, you buy a can from your local store. That way they know that when veterans products come in their stores, they're going to sell. Right. Because it's a pretty big deal, and they're taking a big leap on us. So we got to make sure this stuff pushes really quickly.
At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, they make great Christmas gifts.
Yeah,
they really do. You want to fake the Christmas tree?
Buy some freaking
Hobby Lobby.
Buy some freaking Christmas gifts. Buy some Crow's Warrior Salve from Hobby Lobby and give it for Christmas gifts. That's it.
That's it.
Done. Taken care of.
And
that's all. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that the best part about it is, it's unisex. It can be guys, girls. We've definitely done a lot of work with it. It doesn't smell, floral or fruity. So, it's definitely can go either way, and it
very
works
neutral.
either way. Exactly.
So what other do we have other products that are going there? Or is it just the salve?
So for the hobby, go ahead. You're good.
So Hobby Lobby, for this order, we are going to have one product. It's our hardcore hands, and we've done a very specific label and marketing for this. So it's geared towards the Hobby Lobby customer.
Okay.
So we created an entirely new label. It's something that's going to be going into all of our retail stores because we're also into some smaller mom and pop shops around the local area here in Fernandina,
Gotcha.
and also Lubbock, Texas. So we've got one specific retail brand that is a specific formula that we're using for that purpose. Now, if you go to our website at crowswarriorsalve.com, you're going to see the different products that we have that are more geared towards everybody, not just the 90% demographics that Hobby Lobby has. And they also serve different functions, which Justin can go into a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a variety of products, and thankfully we've been able to do this all on our own. No investors or anything. It's basically started out as me making it in my kitchen, and we went from there to the garage to a shop, and now full-fledged pumping out retail size orders. So it's been kind of cool. We've been able to mess with the formulas. Different people have asked for different things. We've got a blend for CrossFitters and people that want kind of a tacky residue after the moisturizing effect and everything else. So not only does it condition your skin and everything else, it doesn't have any scent to it, but it leaves kind of a tacky residue. So we call that our extreme grip. We had a lot of different people, CrossFitters, rock climbers, an eclectic variety of people, right? Yeah. An eclectic variety of people that were asking for something that would kind of give them that tacky grip. So we've got that out there. We've got our hardcore hands, which is kind of our original formula. It's basically our all-purpose. We've been working with guys. So we have a lot of requests. People that have different skin issues or whatever else going on, and some people get into poison ivy, poison oak, stuff like that, and they want something that kind of soothes a little bit more. So we have a blend that we've added a little bit eucalyptus into it and different things to kind of give it that soothing factor as well. So we've been able to play with that a little bit. We launched an entire beard care product line. We still have that going. So we have beard oils, beard balms, mustache wax, stuff like that. But with all that being said, I mean, our main focus is the solve itself. That's kind of what this business was built around, and everything's kind of branched out from that with, people asking. A lot of veterans, I mean, we all get out, we're like, hey, what better to do than grow a beard? So, that kind of obviously was going to take place, and it did. And, the good thing about it is your guys that are, asking for this stuff, you're going to get an 100% honest, unbiased feedback with it. They're not going to be like, oh, like civilian guys, like, oh, yeah, no, it was great, but they really threw it in the trash. So it's been kind of cool because, you'll send it out, they'll use it and everything else, and like, oh, it's great, but it kind of sucks because of this. And so you get to kind of play with the formula a little bit, and it's been cool because we've had several months of being able to play the formula before we were, launched full retail with it. So it's been neat. It's been a cool learning process, and as with everything, there's been a little bit of a learning curve, and I feel like we've got a pretty firm grip of who we are and where we're going with everything, and it's we've been very, very blessed with everything.
That's awesome.
So
stuff.
The last time that we spoke to you guys was individually, and Micah told us about the gay bar, and had to bring it up. Security Forces is where you guys met, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Now, were you on fake-ass SEAL teams, or what were you doing?
No, see, we were with the personal reliability program.
That's right.
Justin got there probably 3 or 4 months before I did, and he was actually my first team leader in the Marine Corps after we graduated all of our schools and got all that stuff. And then he went to close quarters battle school. I went to DM school. We split up for a little while, and we just kept in touch ever since.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Gotta love that shit. Cross communications, bam. All right, so I've already mentioned to the audience that we're all low threes here. What is your actual MOS?
So I'm a 41. I'm the old tube stroker of the
Nice.
group.
Got
Well, you
that.
are too. So
Just like
Fist
Penney.
in the air.
Right.
I'm an 0341 as well.
right.
Justin, what are you?
I'm an 0351.
Nice.
A Saltman there.
And I only asked because if you're looking at the marketing that's on, or the label, excuse me, that's on the exterior of the can, you've got the Indian head, and I can see the EGA in here. And you were telling me something else. Isn't there something hidden?
There may or may not be something
Ooh.
hidden.
Listener contest. Let's see if you can
But
find
yeah,
it.
that's gonna be, you're gonna have to buy it and go find it for
Ooh.
yourself.
Yeah,
So there's something infantry related in that label, but
just know that we all the labels, everything else, just like the whole brand itself is all basically designed by us. So the labels are hand drawn by myself. The Hobby Lobby label, not gonna lie, I cheated. My wife was like sitting there at the bar in our kitchen and took a snapshot, and we integrated her face actually into the image that will be in Hobby Lobby. So yeah, we definitely had a chance to kind of put our own little spin on everything. So there's some hidden things in there. So kind of make it a little interesting, and the 03 community can probably sniff some of it out. So it's
I was
It's not
looking
bad.
at it. I was like, what? Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
we kind of kept it real, kept it who we are. So definitely leave it at that.
There you
It's
go.
awesome. Good stuff.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm transfixed. All right, maybe I'm getting a little preoccupied. Whoops. my bad.
Don't. You have an interview to do.
I know. Squirrel. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's
Shiny-
not really
it's
an
shiny.
interview. Like the interview portion is kind of like over. Now I want to know, like, dude. It's been over 5 years since I killed somebody. Okay, can I just get it off my chest? That's depressing as fuck. I mean,
Well, we had
5
this- We had
years.
this conversation earlier today.
May 24th, 2011. It was fantastic. Shout out to my boy. I'm gonna call him the baby face killer.
Why don't you
Yes.
tell?
Yeah, Micah knows who I'm talking
Yep.
about.
Probably
Yep,
told
he
stories,
got
but-
me, just a little story on the babyface killer. He got
Yes.
me in a lot of trouble in boot camp.
He's
Just FYI.
he celebrated 8 years of marriage and is a fucking staff sergeant. And like the last time I saw him, he's like he was just waving at me as this baby face corporal. Oh, I take that back. He and I went out to dinner with the family. Good people. All right, so how did he fuck you in boot camp? Let's hear this. Let's hear this
so-
boot camp story.
God, man, I
That's
don't
what
know.
our
You
listeners
might-
want to hear
you
about
might
your
need
boot
to-
camp experiences.
You might need to bring him on and have him tell the story for himself. I don't know if I can do it justice. All I remember is getting slayed because of him and one other guy's transgressions in second phase.
I feel like this is a continuous theme for you.
It might be.
Oh God.
I never got any paperwork, but I got away with a lot of interesting things.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah, thanks to you, actually.
Hey,
Just a little shout out there.
Little something. Little hey, we don't need that. That pays
Yeah.
11, we didn't need that.
Justin may have gotten me out of some serious trouble once or twice.
I did not impersonate anybody, by the way. Let's just go ahead and put that out there.
Allegedly.
It's all allegedly. There you go. Allegedly.
Right. It
Allegedly.
may or may not have happened.
Right.
Justin was pretending like he was a captain. Allegedly.
Tell us about this. Come on.
Go ahead, Justin.
Hey,
Let's
that's
go.
all you, man.
Nobody's
not-
gonna get in trouble at this point.
I don't
so let's go.
necessarily
I think-
remember
yeah, I
it
think-
all that well.
I don't
That's
think that the
problem.
UCMJ can fuck you with a big green weenie right now.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Let's. Long story short, as we were talking about earlier, I was,
Allegedly. Allegedly.
We'll start out. We'll set a little background here. So, Micah was my boot. He was dropped to me early on, and he was placed in my tender care. And
He swiped right. Justin swiped right.
It just so happened to be that shortly after he was dropped to me, it was spring break time in Daytona Beach, Florida in general, Kings Bay, close enough.
Yeah.
So he had a bright idea after a safety brief, one of our glorious mini safety briefs, that he was going to take it upon himself to explore spring break in Florida.
By the way, it was a national cheerleading competition that weekend in Daytona.
Right. I'm not saying that it was a wrong move on his behalf.
Right.
However, it ended in a random call from I believe it was you yourself, wasn't it, Carlton?
No, it was the Daytona Beach Police Department, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Calling on your behalf.
Right.
For a
stories like this.
For a captain such and such. I can't even remember what captain you said I was.
Yeah, we won't say his name on here.
However, anyways, long story short, obviously you know something. You already know what's up. The officer was nice enough to kind of give me a backstory leading into it in the conversation, and said, "Hey, is this Captain XYZ? I have a PFC Carlton here." And actually, it was Carlton and a few others. But
yeah, there's two other guys,
short,
one or two other guys.
I have a few guys here with me, and they told me that you were in charge of them, and that you are the captain that they answer to, and I would be more than happy to release them if you would come pick them up. And mind you, Kings Bay is where were you at actually? Destin?
It was like a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah. So, and this is also at like 2 a.m. This isn't any normal time, obviously. So long story short, we we did the brotherly thing and covered his six and assured the officer that he would be disciplined with. And I think he was actually.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
But yeah, we kept it all under wraps, and he may have been hazed. There may have been hazing take place. I mean, not hazing. What is the politically correct word for
corrective
that?
Training, something like that.
They always try to give me that
Corrective
hazing
training,
thing.
right? Bastards.
But yeah, we took corrective actions, and everything was good. I think it flew completely under the radar. I don't even think that the SOG or anybody else heard anything about it until we were already gone.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We got away with it.
Well done.
Allegedly.
Well freaking done.
Yep.
And from that point on, we are destined to be business partners.
There it is.
Legend.
And so it begins.
So do we have any other stories that are on our tips of your tongues?
Oh man, all I have is hazing stories from this guy.
Whoa. Corrective training.
Right.
So
Corrective
just
training.
to clarify too, whenever you say hazing, because this was brought up several times, it's not hazing if you're a martial arts instructor. So I mean, we can end it right there.
That's true. That's
Combat
true.
conditioning all day long.
Combat conditioning. That's it.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
it didn't help that in our platoon we had 3 cage fighters or MMA fighters, whatever you guys want to call yourselves.
No, we were just good guys watching out for each other.
No.
We
Yeah,
we like to keep everybody alert.
There's a lot of times where I just remember sitting down in a chair and then waking up somewhere else because I was choked out.
Or straight duct tape to something.
Yeah,
No. Riggers tape to something.
There you go.
Riggers tape
Reach your
and
status.
550 cord. Get it up.
550 cord is lovely, by the way.
550. It is. That's all. You can do anything with 550
Yeah.
cord.
It's like, what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm tying a Yuli knot slider. What is that? Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Don't worry about it. It's awesome.
All the cool kids do it.
it's all part of the breacher training. Don't worry about
Right.
it.
Shh, just let it happen.
Yeah, so there's I had a lot of interesting experiences getting beat up as a 19-year-old PFC and Lance Corporal.
No,
The
it
other
was-
guys.
Just flat out, just getting the shit kicked out of you or what?
Oh, absolutely. Every single day. I have cauliflower ear from this guy coming up and brawling with me every chance he could get.
So, just so we know and we're all on the same page, this is all alleged. There's no proof behind any of this.
No,
None
it's not.
whatsoever.
This is real. This is real talk.
It's all his word
It's
against
real. I have
mine.
the scars from it. It's real.
It's all his word against mine, and I'm fairly positive that that there's no actual physical proof left.
Yeah. I got a broken ankle that says otherwise, and the medical records approve it.
Jesus.
Don't put that on me.
Don't you put that hate on me.
It's all alleged.
No, we had good times, though. We had a lot of fun, and it was all beneficial in the end.
I mean, what other kind of business would you go into business with a guy that literally physically, possibly, allegedly abused you, and everything's fine? I mean,
Right.
That's a
There's
good
no
question.
trauma.
Right to the
There's no
bridge.
trauma involved there at all, I'm sure.
right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's where
Only in
else
the
can you
Marine
do that?
Corps does that happen.
Yes, correct.
Only in the Marine Corps.
Oh, my Lord.
Right.
So
Well-
I think I might have to interject with the sea story that I've never told on the air.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Drum roll.
all right. So this is actually not when I was in the Marine Corps. It's when I was in the Army. So it's not exactly a sea story anymore, but yet it's quite. Your story reminds me of this story. So I had just returned from Sinai, Egypt, where we were for about a year. This is in like 2002, early 2002, and I had met my wife about 2 months prior. So we've been dating about 2 months, right? And, I actually decided, because I was a broke freaking, I had like child support to pay and this and that and the other thing. I was broke as hell. And somehow I had come into enough money to be able to like take her on like a legitimate date. You know what I mean? So we actually went up in upstate New York. There's a little town called Sackett's Harbor outside of Fort Drum. And there's a pretty good little comedy club up there. So I took her to the comedy club. We went to dinner at the brew. There's like a brewing company that's right across the street from that. So it was a good night. It was, nice. And we laughed at the comics and yada, yada, yada. So we're driving back to my house, which is about a half-hour drive from Sackett's Harbor. And I lived in Watertown. So there's a spot where you can take a turn to either go, if you go straight, you go by like Wendy's, which is open late. Because I was like, "Are you hungry?" It's like, "Oh, I might want some Wendy's," right? But
Classy,
if you
taking her to Wendy's.
right, just for a little nightcap food, like some French
Army
fries or
classy.
something.
Army
Right,
classy.
Army classy. So
Right.
some nightcap French fries or a Frosty or whatever,
That's
So-
foreplay where you're from, isn't
That's
it?
the first time I've ever heard say nightcap French fries.
Nightcap French fries. See, but
Those have never been in the same sentence until just now.
You don't watch
If-
BBW porn?
you obviously don't know what I look like, so there's a little weight behind this body that's here. So nightcap and French fries, if you lived in my world, go right together. So if you take a right instead, it's like the quickest way to get to the house, but there's no Wendy's, right? So I'm like, all right, you got to make a decision, quick. So as a woman, it's hard for her to make a decision really quick. So
Not sexist at all.
she's like, no, I don't want them. So then I veer to the right. Well, next thing I know, there's blue lights on behind me because I made like an erratic right turn because of the late, oh no, I don't want French fries or a Frosty.
Right.
So I'm sitting here with this freaking cop sitting behind me. They're running my plate, yada, 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 this and that. Now, mind you, I've only known this girl like, a month and a half, 2 months. And her dad is a retired cop,
Oh.
right? So everyone's got their spidey senses up about me anyway, because that's just the way it is. I mean, so finally the cop walks up. "Do you know why I stopped you?" I'm just like, "Yeah, probably because I made that weird right turn." And it was a female. So she was like, "Yeah, can I have you step out of the car?" And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh shit. What's
Here
going
it
down?
comes.
It's going down, right? because that's not normal procedure. I had already played cop. I had already been a cop when I got out of the Marine Corps for a little while. So as soon as I knew that she pulled me out, I was like, all right. But here's the thing: I actually knew this cop because I was a bouncer at a club in Watertown, and I saw her like every weekend. Like I talked to her, like I knew her name, and I got out of the car and I said, I can't remember her first name now, but I was like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, well, you're coming back with showing that you don't have insurance on your vehicle. So in New York, that's a huge deal. And it's one of those things that the provost marshal has gotten together with the local police and said, if one of our soldiers comes up with no insurance, you're immediately to take them into custody.
Oh gosh.
And then hand them over to us. So at that point, I look at her and I go, you're shitting me, right? Because I literally had paid my insurance bill 2 days prior. I didn't have the like my checkbook to show, look, I wrote the fucking check,
Right.
Because this is when we still wrote checks. Not everything was done.
What are checks?
I could get away with showing a cop a checkbook for the insurance and like be fine.
Right, back in the day. So she's like, no. And then another cop pulls up who happens to be a good friend of mine. And I'm like, dude, she's telling me she's going to have to take me into custody. What's up? What's wrong with this broad?
Right.
And he's like, no, you're not. It's fine. But here's the catch. She had already called it all in.
Oh.
Fucking amateur.
Yeah, it's the
amateur
worst.
night at the Apollo. So the next thing I know, I look at my truck, and my girlfriend at the time is looking out the
Right.
back, and she watches me get cuffed
Oh.
and put into the car.
That's no bueno.
Right? So I get driven downtown. Now, needless to say, we're only like 3 blocks from my house. Thank God that the other guy was a friend of mine. She didn't know him, but she's like, can you give me a ride home? You know what I mean? Like, we're 2 blocks from us, and thank God he did. Like she had the key because she had the keys to my truck and whatnot. But then, so this is like at 11:30 at night. So finally, I don't have this is really before, this is like 2002. I don't think I even had a cell phone yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like an actual carry it in my pocket cell phone.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been back from Sinai that long to even just go out and get one, or get it reactivated. So, and this is all like flip phone shit anyway. But anyway, so I finally get to the downtown thing. Well, I have to wait on the MPs because the MPs are coming to get me. So the MPs come, they pick me up, they cuff me, they put me in the back of the freaking car, they take me on to post, they process me through their bullshit there, and then they have to call my squad leader.
Oh.
So I called my squad leader. Well, luckily, my squad leader was cool as shit. And he was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, seriously, I have it paid. I'll show you the receipt on Monday. So this is on like a Saturday night.
Right.
Once again, like the past story that we had, it was like 3 a.m. So my girlfriend at the time has been at home, like, who's this fucking criminal that I've been dating for 4 hours at this point, right? So I had to call because I didn't have my cell phone or a phone. I called a cab and I'm like, just take me home. So I show up there, and she's like, what the fuck, dude? I thought she was gonna be gone. Like I'm like, yeah, she's out of here. Like I'm gonna come back and she's like gone. But she wasn't. So I explained the whole thing, and that's my story.
Nice.
So, just fucking
God.
ridiculous, dude.
Dude, that's insane.
I mean, yeah, fucking been together a month and a half. You watch him get handcuffed, put in the freaking back of the squad car, and you're like, yeah, left on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one. He's the one.
He's the one. He's the guy I want to marry
Right.
and have 3 children with.
Well, it's like Heather and I have been dating for 7 months, when Stafford County Sheriff Department knocks on my door, and they're like, dude, Sheriff Department, open up. And I'm like, yeah, right, get fucked. And I look out there like I think it's my buddy just fucking around kind of a deal. Right? You know what I mean? I'm like, yep, it was the fucking Sheriff's Department. I'm like, oh, this is good. So, like, okay, how's this little scenario play out? We get home, my girlfriend at the time, and I go up to the apartment. I forget something in my car, so I go back down. I hear pot shots off in the distance, like, pop, pop, pop. I go running back upstairs. I'm looking around, looking outside, going under the balcony and look down. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Pop, pop, pop. Okay, that's odd. Normally gunfire doesn't occur randomly. And so I go back into the bedroom, check to see if she's okay. And, Stafford County Sheriff, open up. So I'm like thinking that I'm tweaking from post-traumatic stress or some shit, because I'd already done 2 combat tours at this point. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just being over paranoid. And then the cops bang on my door, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open the door. And as soon as I said that, wham, and then just nailed that motherfucker in. So, yep. Face on the linoleum, spread 10.
But your neighbor called the cops on you.
The neighbor lady,
you were the one shooting the gunfire. Right?
The neighbor lady downstairs called the cops on me as though I was the one shooting the gun.
I got this crazy veteran who lives above me. Can you guys go check it out? I've been shooting guns all night.
Well, and it's like I was on active duty at the time, an instructor in Quantico. I had, brass and fucking projectiles that I had pulled out of gel and all sorts of shit. And the cops show up and they're like, What's this? What's this?
Couple flashbangs and smoke grenades.
I swear I did. I did have flashbangs and smoke grenades, but they were not mine.
I know exactly what you're feeling. I actually got pulled over at the gate one time at Lejeune. All right, so we had done a range day, and out of recon, things are a little, run a little looser, I think, than the rest of the fleet. And we had personal vehicles out on the range, right? Well, we didn't have enough room to fit all the ordnance to go back to the ammo dump. We had everything loaded up. Well, somehow an ammo can got errantly put in the back of my truck. All right. And it had like 3 flashbangs and like 4 smoke grenades and like 2 or 3 artillery simulators. Oh. And the freaking MPs pull it out of the back of my truck. Oh. The back of my truck. Gosh. Because of a random vehicle search. And they're like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea that got me.
Oh man, I went to when I was in security forces in CQB platoon, we did breaching ranges all the time, and because we had a bunch of guys who went to different explosive courses, this, that, and the other, so we all got to make the charges, and everybody was cross-trained on it. So early in the morning, we were making these big Ghostbuster charge and going off of satchel charges and making claymores out of dip cans and just all this really cool shit at this breaching range we were at. So later in that evening, I was supposed to go on leave, and I had been making all these charges all day for like probably 6 to 10 hours. And then that night, I went to the airport to go fly back home. I think it was for my 21st birthday or something. I had never seen a bomb dog at an airport before in my life. And that day, a bomb dog came and sniffed me up while I was going through the security check. And I had showered and everything before that, but I still had
everywhere.
Yeah, I had Comp B residue on me and all this other stuff. I got dragged in. It took some serious explaining to get me out of that one.
Yeah, the other thing that happened to me too was I got actually pulled over by another cop for speeding, and he through the back of my. This is the same truck, by the way, because it's just that truck was fucking cursed. But anyway. So you could see right in the back, and I had all these training aids where I had made up like makeshift Bangalore torpedoes and stuff out of like engineer stakes.
Right.
and just putty and then fake time fuse and stuff, like the training time fuse and deck cord, you know. And so I had a couple of those in the back, and they thought that shit was real, and they freaked the fuck out, pulled me out at gunpoint, and the whole thing. It was just asinine. Oh man. So yeah, we could tell stories like this all day, dude.
I grabbed a box of training fuses off a range one time with blue bodies and spray painted that bitch OD green, and I threw it into a fucking lounge full of jarheads. Like, grenade! And just threw that motherfucker into the middle of the lounge. Oh, dude. 2 guys jumped on it. No shit.
No, they didn't.
Swear to God, hand on a Bible, 2 dudes jumped on it. They know who they are.
Posers.
And the guy he's like, ah! Like,
Medal of Honor winners.
it just,
I want to be a fucking hero.
we're like, how many times have you played that game out at the range with a couple of boots? Grenade! See how many of those fuckers jump on it. Come on. I've done that before.
We used to throw flashbangs at people while they're in the shitters, the quarter shitters out at the range.
I was always really fond of arty simulators.
Yeah.
Because they do the bullshit.
Yeah.
Which, and then it's like a quarter stick of dynamite going off.
It's awesome.
And those things will rock your shit. You know?
Did you ever get fire extinguisher qualified?
No.
That's when you're taking a shit, and then your buddy jams the fire extinguisher nozzle under there and just fills the whole goddamn shitter full of fucking fire extinguisher.
I never had to do any of that shit.
I did
never
that
had
to
to do any of that shit when I was in the Marine Corps. I lived on the beach.
I lived
Drank
on the
fucking
beach.
mojitos all day.
Listen to this guy
Mojitos.
with his fucking slick back hair. Come here, you
Nice
guys.
slick back hair.
Come here
man.
over here. Let me check that.
you
Pull out your idea card.
Where's your freaking uniform?
You're out there in chonies with a fucking grease back mock top.
and UDT shorts. So
God.
anyway,
It's not
all
our
right,
fault.
boys. The one question I have is your website. Is it up and running?
So we have revamped our website yet. By the time this podcast comes out, it'll be up and running. We rebranded about a couple months ago and changed up all of our corporate stuff. So by the time this comes out, you'll be able to buy and see everything we got going on crowswarriorsalve.com.
I really want some.
So it's Crow's Warrior Salve. Is it with an
Salve.
Yeah,
S-
salve.com.
Salve. Crows Warrior Salve.
SALVE. Sierra Alpha Lima Victor Echo.
Yep, that's
Crow's
correct.
Warrior
Now, is there
Salve.
anywhere that we can buy it right now? Like right now?
Well, Mike should have given you a can when we sent
No,
him
Mike's
5
just-
of them.
Mike's
Like
a
5
stingy
months
Five
ago.
of them. I got 2. One of them, you don't want to use the other one. You do not want to use the other one. Because, like, I dipped my finger in that, and then I rubbed it on my kid's butt, and then I dipped my finger back in
Well,
it.
no. I remember you saying that it's like the best baby ointment that there is, dude. Right?
Yes.
For diaper rash. So there you guys go. That's another freaking application. Diaper rash cream.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's uses for
No,
literally
I
everything.
just gotta buy it because like my mother-in-law, she's a gardener. She's always got issues with her hands, things like that, and I just gotta buy it for gifts. So I guess I'll probably actually the best thing for me to do would be to go buy it at Hobby Lobby, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm talking about real support, if we're talking about real support here, go to Hobby Lobby. Fuck a bunch of website shit.
Yes, support your veteran-owned business, your small
Yeah.
business. Go to Hobby Lobby.
I think
pick some
that's the
up.
way to do it.
Yeah, we really need to make sure that we have a good presence when it comes out in Hobby Lobby, just to show these different types of retailers, like veteran products can be sold in your stores. We're not this pariah that needs to be just sold in our own small circle. We need to get out there for everybody, because
have a
veteran
buddy-
products are always better than anybody else's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
It just is the way it is. Like I have a buddy that does soap. He makes soap. And I think he actually approached Hobby Lobby and they were like, nah, I think we're gonna pass.
Dude, I've told you time and time again, Tyler is a figment of your imagination.
Shut up. His name is
Well,
not Dirk.
so-
I promise.
So the big thing about soap too, soap is one of those products that like there's a million recipes out there for soap, and I made soap for a little while just because I used to sell this on the weekends at a farmer's market. I have like 20 million jobs,
Right,
but
right.
on my Saturday off, I was like, hey, let's try to the farmer's market, kind of get a little market analysis going here. But anyways, long story short, I used to make soap, and soap is one of those products that like so many people make. It's literally one of the hardest cosmetic products to get into any store.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
guess
extremely competitive.
Yeah, he does well. He actually does pretty well down in Florida because he does it. He does like a full-time like farmers market circuit.
Right.
But he's, but that's his full-time job now. And he actually does pretty well. But it's one of those things where you got to get a following. But he's ready to expand out like that. But I guess that does make it good. It's a good point.
Yeah.
So many people make freaking soap.
Yeah. It's so hard to compete with soap. That's why I quit making it, because the overhead on it was a lot more than some of the other products. And then you combine that with being that competitive. I mean, I was selling soap right next to some lady who was selling like cheese and soap. So I was like, wait, what am I doing right now?
Hold on. Cheese and soap. Right.
Well, she had cows and goats, and I guess it just fell in with everything
and
else.
random jars of jelly in her stand.
And soap.
And there you go. Right. Yeah, I did the farmer's market thing down there with bread.
Yeah.
Which actually went over pretty well because I had my kids make it. And when kids make it, they can sell that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like not even fair.
Not only am I an artisan, but look at his face. That's a cute smile.
Look at this artisanal bread my 7-year-old made.
Yeah.
Just
Tell
got
her
like
no.
a
I dare
missing
you.
tooth.
I dare you to tell her no.
Yeah.
Tell her it's not good.
That's what the Girl Scouts are going for, and I want you to know I relish in the opportunity to be like, get that shit out of here. Now, where's the Thin Mints? Give me the Thin Mints. I don't want nothing else. Don't try to sell me.
Hey,
Don't upsell me.
You know what though? I like the freaking shortbread cookies too.
What? Like Lorna Doones?
I don't know what the fuck they're called. They're expert at.
I say Lorna Doones because they're in box nasties. I've eaten the
Thin Mints-
shit out of
that
some
can't
Lorna
be
Doones.
good.
Yeah, they're the shortbread cookies that go well with the juice. You dip it in the juice, which is not juice. That's
I don't
sugar
know about
water.
your fandangled new MREs. I don't know all of them.
No, box nasties, not MREs. Box nasties, where literally it's just like they just take like a hoagie roll, slice it in half, and they're like, and then that's it. And then they kind of like take Saran wrap and wrap some fucking mustard and mayo in
So
there.
is that like the shit you get at like the airport before you get on the freaking plane?
It's literally what you eat for lunch every day in DM school, and half the time they're frozen.
Dude,
Which I
that's
guess
horrible.
is
It's
kinda
not real
okay.
bread. It's
not.
I don't know what
It's
it is.
not. It's not.
It's not real bread. I refuse to believe that it is.
They actually have, when you guys were in, did they actually have the MRE bread?
Yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like a novelty when I was in.
Oh, that shit sucks.
Yeah, it's like
Shit
fight
is
over-
horrible.
we
What's
used
the
to fight
jalapeno wax cheese?
Yeah, we used to fight over that shit because it didn't exist in our world.
You
know
fought
what I mean?
over fucking
Oh,
snack
yeah, dude.
bread?
Dude, we didn't have
Ah.
it. It wasn't in. It wasn't like. It wasn't a regular part of the MRE rotation.
It's like a pirate talking about hardtack.
yes.
Like,
I-
I've seen it stop bullets.
Kinda weird
I've seen
shit.
it stop shrapnel.
When was everybody in? I know when Penney was in, but
I was in from 07 to 12.
Yeah, I was 07 to 12.
Jesus, bunch of babies. I'm not gonna go down that road though. So
Right?
we're gonna start having the old core debate.
no, I'm not doing that. 'Cause I was in
It
the-
always comes
No,
up.
you want-
It
no,
always
I'll
does.
just, this is the only old court debate that I'll throw in. I was in the Corps from 1992 to 1996. You guys were in like,
First grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this. I consider myself old core now because I was in before women could be in the infantry.
Ah, well, there you go.
That's my claim to fame, right?
So for me, I was running I'm that old crusty bastard that's like, I was running drug ops and fucking out California when you guys were in diapers. That kind of guy. I didn't think I'd ever have to do that, but I am. Holy fuck.
Yep.
Old bastard. And then I was in the Army from 98 to 03.
We forgive you for that. I
That
don't
was
know
just
why
like-
you bring it up.
Hey, it's like Club Med.
Right.
It was just an easier life.
Oh my god.
And now I live on an Air Force base. So go fuck yourself.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna need substandard living pay for staying in the Marine Corps barracks. Like,
There's no
excuse me?
carpet in my room.
Well, and you've been to my house. You've been to my house, Penny.
Right.
Is this base housing for a Marine?
No.
Hell to the
No,
no.
it is not. I didn't see cinder block anywhere.
No. It's like a real life house.
Right.
Fantastic.
A real life house.
Yeah,
It's like a human house.
got like hardwood floors, and like 2.5 baths. And,
Yeah.
know
It's
what
got
I
a
mean?
nice
It's like-
open floor plan to it
yeah, it's
downstairs.
nice.
No black mold.
None.
No.
Here,
Yeah, right.
working air conditioning, you know. It's pretty awesome.
I'm like, so this is how the other half lives.
So,
So decadent.
Yeah, it's always a culture shock when you stop by in Kyrgyzstan on that Air Force base over there, or some other Air Force base, and you get free candy bars and 24-hour chow halls.
Couldn't believe that shit. There
It's
really
insane.
are free candy bars over there.
Oh, dude, I stacked up on those things.
You and me both, son.
Dude, my day pack was filled, and I kept trying to like smuggle them out.
Oh,
like I
man.
kept thinking I was gonna get caught and get in trouble for taking too many candy bars.
Right. No, they're free. We got more in the back.
My cargo pockets were just filled
Stuffed.
up every time I went in there.
This dude looked like fucking Easy Company jumping into Normandy, walking out of that fucking chow hall full of fucking shit.
that's awesome. So gentlemen, again, tell us where we can find you.
All right, so you can go to crows_warrior_solve on Instagram, Crows Warrior Solve on Facebook, crowswarriorsolve.com, or you can go drive your ass to Hobby Lobby, buy some of our cans, support veteran-owned business, all that good stuff.
So
We're
is
in
it
all
going to
those
be
places.
called Crows Warrior Salve at Hobby Lobby as well?
Yep.
Just with a different label though, not
Yep.
the Indian head.
Right.
Okay.
Right. We have a little Pocahontas looking.
Well, it pretty much
Justin's
looks like,
wife.
like Justin's wife is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
If she was Pocahontas, she would be on our label.
I love it.
Yeah,
So-
don't call her Pocahontas. She gets upset. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of
that's-
those
That's
things.
where we're located. If you can't make it to Hobby Lobby, definitely go on our website, buy yourself a can, try it out for yourself. Technically, we're not allowed to say that our product has healing properties in it,
Gotcha.
but
I
our
completely understand.
right, but our reviews from people who have used it tell a completely different story. So
Right.
Cool.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So parting words from either of you guys?
We definitely appreciate all the support. We appreciate you guys having us on, and like he said, same thing. Support your small business, your veteran-owned businesses, and hope to hear from everybody and let us know how it works out.
yeah, if you go to Hobby Lobby and you buy some of this stuff, or you order it from us and you get it, take some pictures. We'll put it on our Instagram. We'll show everybody what's going on, and let's just spread the word and get our name out there.
Yeah, man. As always, I love it.
Righteous kill.
Little veteran entrepreneurship never hurt anybody.
Absolutely. It's
Yep.
good getting together, smoking and joking, but we love chatting with business owners, veterans
You know?
who are out there grabbing the guide on, moving forward. That's what we're doing.
I mean, the
So-
bottom line is what we're doing here is we just like to get guys on that have a purpose in their life and actually get on just bullshit, dude. I mean, how often do you guys get to do that? You know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
I'm sure with you two being business partners, you guys kind of screw around a little bit here and there, but it's nice to just get together, you know, in groups of 4 or 5 or more and just kind of just bullshit about back in the day, you know?
Oh man, you know, that's the best
healing
part
to the
about
soul.
Yeah, it's the best part about being a veteran business owner with one of your buddies is when you go to work, you just are hanging out and you're just
Right.
doing some other random stuff, but ultimately you're just hanging out with one of your boys, having a good time, drinking some beers or some rum and cokes or whatever you want to drink, making some product, just living the dream. I mean, it really doesn't get any better.
No, it's awesome.
Like you make a little money and you hang out with your buddies all day.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
It's straight up living the dream. How many
Seriously.
times do you and I, Penny, it's like Penny and I will sit on the phone. Next thing you know, it's like an hour and a half later and like, what the fuck did we just do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I
So,
mean,
Meanwhile, of
It's-
course, the hands are working on the keyboard.
yeah.
You know, and you're like,
Because so are you guys actually co-located or not?
no, not right now. I live in Tampa, Florida, and Justin's in Amelia Island, Florida, which is about 3.5 hours difference. But here in the next few months, we will be co-located.
Okay. Cool.
So,
hell yes.
Yeah, I actually moved from Florida about 4 months, well, about a year ago now.
oh yeah, whereabouts?
I was up by, I worked on Tyndall Air Force Base.
Oh,
So
okay.
up right outside Panama City.
Yeah.
Shithole.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Panama
where the
City is
classy
a
broads
unique.
hang out.
Yeah. Panama City Beach, that's what everybody thinks of, is actually pretty nice. Panama City itself, holy fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Steer clear, folks. That's
Yeah, we
what-
went.
the
We
nightmare.
went to my my wife used to do like fitness competitions and stuff,
Yep.
and they have like the Panhandle Showdown there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a unique experience. That was my my Panama City experience.
So the thing that's crazy, so Tyndall Air Force Base, it's an Air Force Base. So you're like, how bad can it be? Well, part of the problem is that there's literally a rampant bear problem. And you're like, Florida? There's no fucking bears in Florida. Oh, yes, there is. The Florida black bear pretty much owns that island that Tyndall Air Force Base is on. So we literally, my kids wouldn't go outside and play because there's black bears outside the fucking door trying to go through trash.
That's insane.
It is. It's nuts. I can actually, and I haven't done it. I don't know why I haven't done it, but I'll post the videos. Full-grown male black bears. I mean, like 300-400 pound black bears.
I would gun that thing
chilling out.
down.
No,
I would
like-
gun that down
and-
mercilessly.
and you would go to jail.
Oh, well, in
No,
Florida?
I'm serious. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
It's
okay.
protected species, and you can't touch them. It's like a red-headed, cockaded woodpecker.
I shot one of those out of the
Whatever
tree the
those
other day.
Cocksuckers that run around every military base on the East Coast.
Right.
So literally, there's mother bears with baby bears just parked out, sunning themselves underneath the tree out in your yard. Your 7-year-old daughter's like, I want to go outside and play. No, honey, there's a bear and her cubs.
You might get eaten. That's
It's like
bad.
living in
Right,
Alaska.
So that's why we pretty much moved out of there. So, just saying. Although I will be down in Tampa, Clearwater specifically, in August. So we might have to get together.
Oh damn.
Clearwater
Absolutely.
is just the center of class.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't stand Clearwater.
I have a friend, a quite well-to-do friend that has a house there.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. But at the end of the day, I'm all about meeting some fellow jarheads down there, and we'll crack one and kick back and
Yeah, no
have.
shot.
Definitely.
I'll definitely whenever we're coming down, I'll give you a holler.
Yeah, I'm about 15 minutes from there, so I could definitely make that happen.
Sweet.
Look at
Love
that. Yutting and chutting.
Yutting and chutting.
Gentlemen, you guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks again for having us on.
Absolutely.
It was a good time.
Dude, you're
Yeah, as always, man. It's been a pleasure.
hell yes. You guys are doing kick-ass shit. Keep adding value to the world. We commend you, especially on the... dude, that's huge. Hobby Lobby's huge. Listeners.
I mean, like regard. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
Right. I mean, that's massive.
Who does that shit? But Marines.
Yes. Go big or go home, folks.
Right.
Hell yeah. Listeners, if you haven't already done so, check out Crow's Warrior Salve. You're going to be able to pick that up in Hobby Lobby near you. Head on out immediately and grab one, and you will not regret it. Also, if you haven't already done so, click subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Player FM. We love hearing from people who love us, people who hate us, whatever. I mean, like, constructive criticism. Some of that shit hurts, man. You know what I mean? Cuts you deep. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I don't give a shit what somebody says about me. All right, anyway. Hope you guys are having a great time out there in Radioland. Sign on back anytime and listen to us. You can find us, as I said before, on iTunes, Stitcher, and Player FM. Thank you so much for tuning in for yet another episode of Cigars and Sea Stories. And right about now is when we cue the music. Boop! Sorry, Dave.